G'day guys, and today Shorty and I are going to do our tips for round 7. The season just keeps going quicker and quicker, as I say every week. Essendon, North Melbourne, and let's recap last week, mate. How did we go? Well, we don't know yet.
Well, it's about 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, but from 7 tips, I'm not going too bad. I got Geelong on Friday night, but of course the Giants got up and a couple other little ones, but...
Well, by that calculation, I'm 4 out of 7.
Yeah, I think I'm 5 out of 7.
Yeah, that'd be about right, yeah.
So, going okay.
But assuming today's results, I get 6 out of 9, and you probably get 7 out of 9.
Which is not too bad.
No, you'll take it. You'll take it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Next, Essendon and North Melbourne at Etihad Stadium on the Friday night. Who wins by how much and why?
Yeah, I think it'll be a good game, this one. I'm thinking North Melbourne by 20 points.
I'm excited.
I just think they're a better side than Essendon. I mean, they're struggling, the Bombers, at the moment. They're a quality side, but they can't quite string it together consistently. So, North have probably shown that they're building on that consistency, and they are a top 5 or 6 side. So,
yeah,
for that reason, I will tip them.
Solid, mate. I've gone with North Melbourne by 11 points. Tigers challenged them for a little bit last week. Or yesterday, I should say.
Yeah.
Which will be last week. And Essendon came back a little bit against Fremantle. A few junk time goals. But yeah, I think North Melbourne are much more accomplished and better than Essendon at the moment, showing some better form, and I think they have more match winners than Essendon.
Yeah, very true.
Gone with them. Adelaide and St Kilda at Adelaide Oval. Well, they come back by the Saints, mate.
I know.
How do we see this one going?
I think it was the 5th best comeback of all time, something like that.
Spot on. Yep.
Fantastic. I've gone the Crows by 39 points. So. The Saints are promising side, but
yeah, exactly.
To travel to Adelaide against a side that's, the Crows are going all right. They're sort of consolidated after a really good start, but yeah, they're just further down the track of their road to finals than the Saints are, obviously. So
yeah, sounds right.
I'm not sure what Sloane's at the moment, whether he's potentially going to miss, because I know he got subbed off again, but regardless, I think the Saints might push them at times, but the Crows by 6 or 7 goals in the end, I think.
Sounds good. I've gone with Adelaide by 30 points. St Kilda don't travel to Adelaide too well normally, which is fair enough because they're both good sides.
Yeah.
Adelaide and Port Adelaide.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they're, again, a little bit more accomplished than the Saints, and who put in a very good performance against the Doggies. Wonderful comeback. Adelaide too strong for mine.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hawthorn up against Melbourne at the MCG. How does this go, mate? How does it go?
I think the Hawks might smash them, actually.
You reckon they're going to absolutely smash them?
68 points I've gone down for, and that's no disregarding Melbourne. The D's they've been okay at times. They've structured up better parts of their game under Roos this season to last. But the Hawks, despite not getting Lewis or Hodge back, I still think after last week's loss to the Giants that they'll be fuming and they'll come out and be red hot. They'll be switched on. I can't believe they're 3-3. I don't think anyone can.
Yeah, I know.
They seem to be so much better than that. So I think they're going to come out and make a real statement, and I think they will beat them quite convincingly.
Solid, mate. I've gone with Hawthorn by 47 points. I think Melbourne have done pretty well to defensively shut down a few teams, and Hawthorn with a few players out, 2 key defenders and 2 of their best midfielders, which definitely showed against the Giants. Yeah, I think it'll be close to a thrashing, but I think they'll comfortably get the job done regardless.
Yeah, nice.
Carlton at GWS at Etihad Stadium.
Yeah.
Should be a good game.
Yeah, we don't have the luxury of seeing the Blues this week because they're about to play in half an hour, but as we film this, but I think regardless the Giants will be too strong. I think they'll win by 17 points.
Yep.
I rave on about their midfield every week, I think, but gee, it's impressive, and it just ran over the Hawks like no other. It was outstanding, and when you got Cameron on the end of some of that service, he's going to kick 7 goals, so it's pretty impressive stuff. But yeah, the Blues, there's not a great deal to get excited about that at the moment, but who knows, they could come out and beat the Lions, and all of a sudden it looks a bit better, but I still think the Giants will be too strong, which would be a good win in Melbourne.
Yeah, certainly. I've gone with the Giants by 14 points. It doesn't really matter that it's away in this instance because they're not against great opposition. If it was against Hawthorn, you'd probably rethink the tip. But I think GWS's midfield will absolutely kill Carlton's midfield.
Yeah.
And I think they'll have all areas covered and get the job done.
Yeah, spot on.
Next one, Sydney and Geelong at ANZ Stadium. Thankfully, it's at ANZ Stadium.
Yeah, they don't play as well there, do they, the Swannies?
For some weird
strange,
reason.
but they keep getting deals there to play there. And it was their surface that was woeful the other time, wasn't it, ANZ?
Sounds about right,
Yeah, so let's hope it's a bit better. But anyway, I think the Swans will have us covered here. 23 points.
Yeah.
I would expect and hope that we go with them for 2-3 quarters. But you would expect the Swans to be too good over the course of the whole match. So
yeah, for sure.
That travel factor is pretty tough, and we haven't exactly been on fire anyway. Friday night was fantastic, but we are a tad inconsistent at times. So
that's right, yeah.
Yeah, Swans for mine.
Yeah, I've gone with the Swannies by 26 points. Went against the Catters last week.
Yes, you did.
Uncharacteristically. Check the review if you want to see the little backfire there from Shorty. If there's much to it. But yeah, I think the Swans, top 4 side, if not top 5, they'll be too good at ANZ Stadium. We don't travel that well and haven't been that great, as you said. So, yeah, put those all together and I think Sydney wins.
Yeah.
So. West Coast and Gold Coast at Domain Stadium. How do we see this one all panning out?
Well, the Eagles are flat track bullies, they say. So,
yeah, they seem to be.
And the Suns are struggling at the moment, so I think Eagles by 32 points. I don't get too excited about the Eagles, don't get me wrong, but I think at home against a struggling Gold Coast outfit, they're pretty good at capitalising on poor opposition, so
yeah, they are.
I think they will.
Sounds good. I've gone with West Coast by 19 points. I think the first game they played in 2011 was West Coast by 18 points, actually, mate. So it's going back a few years.
Yeah,
yeah, close one there, and I think it'll be sort of close, but Gold Coast are struggling, and West Coast at home against poorer sides, as you do say. They don't mind the flat trackers,
yeah.
So they usually get the job done against them. So I've gone West Coast by 19 points.
Solid.
Western Bulldogs and Fremantle at Etihad Stadium. The doggies finally got called back to earth, mate.
I know.
Long last. How do we see this one going? Should be a good one.
Yeah, I just wonder whether they got a little ahead of themselves at halftime. You just wonder, but to the credit, the Saints came back. But I think the Dockers here by 28 points. They're probably the form team of the competition, aren't they? They look fantastic at the moment.
Yep.
Pav's back. He's just kicking them brilliantly. It's the best he's ever had. Midfield looks fantastic. The back line, even though a couple of injuries at times, they're travelling nicely. So, yeah, Fremantle, I think, should get the job done here.
Beautiful, mate. I've gone with Fremantle by 16 points. Russell Lyons Metro, anytime, anywhere.
Yes.
The doggies finally got a call back to earth, so that was good. Yeah, I think they're a much better side. But if there is a chance for them to lose before they play Hawthorn, it's probably this game. But yeah, I think they will be too strong for the doggies.
Yeah, fair call.
I just said the Western Bulldogs. Richmond and Collingwood at the MCG on the Sunday. How do we see this one going?
Yeah, I reckon we might go to this one if we get the chance, mate.
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
But I think the Tigers might actually win. Yeah, I've tipped them by 3 points. Bit of a roughie, bit of an upset, but you would expect Collingwood to respond. But as I said last week, I'm not totally sold on the Pies, so I'm not sold on the Tigers either. I do, for some reason, have faith in the Tigers. That I just look at them on paper and I think this side is better than what they're producing. Not much better, not as good as I thought they might be, which I had them hate. But I think they will be actually good enough to account for the Pies. So
yeah,
random reasoning, but that's what I got. What do you reckon?
Fair enough. Yeah, I've gone with the Tigers by 2 points. I've got no confidence in that at all because Collingwood traditionally go right against them, but I think Richmond are almost overdue and are at that point where it's make or break, even though it might have been last week or the week before, make or break was, but you sort of get to a stage where you just need to win, and I think they're in a more desperate time at the moment than the Pies are, and I just think, it's more of a gut feel this one. I think we both think it's gut feel. Solid. We've got I already said Fremantle. Brisbane Lions and Port Adelaide at the Gabba.
Yes.
It's going to be a tough one for the Lions. Another tough day at the office for them.
I think they'll get smashed, unfortunately. Port Adelaide by 43 points. I think the Brisbane Lions are all right. Like, they're struggling, but there's improvement to come. But Port Adelaide are certainly a far better side. So I'll tip them by 43 points, mate.
Good stuff. I've gone with Port Adelaide by 81 points.
81? Dang.
Yeah, well, I think they got on by 100 plus points at Adelaide Oval. So, and they're going a lot worse this year. And Port Adelaide a bit more improvement potentially. So, I don't think there'll be too much challenge for them here.
Yeah, no, I agree, mate. I agree.
Good stuff. All right, so those are our tips for round 7 of the 2015 AFL season.
Very good, mate. Very good.
Feel free to comment your tips and share around to your mates and like the video as well. Don't forget to subscribe to us as well to keep the content going, and we'll see you guys all soon. Thanks for sticking around. Catch you then.